This is the Duchess of Easton again. I'm also known as Joanne Foxwright, since I haven't kept my crown on. And I thought in this third lesson I would talk to you about writing again. Now, many of my students in college asked me, why did we write essays? What's the point of an essay? Who's ever going to write an essay again after they get out of college? And the fact is, you won't. But the reason that we teach the format of an essay is because it covers the same format as you will ever use in anything you write ever. And the three parts of anything that you write covered in a 5-paragraph essay is the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. You have to have those three parts of anything that you write, even if it's just a memo, even if it's just one paragraph, it's still going to have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. So we as English professors have no idea what your major is, what you may need to know how to write, but we do know that anything that you write will have those three elements. And so if we can get that idea into your head, three elements, introduction, body, conclusion, then you'll always know that that's the way you organize it, whether it's a memo or a letter, a business letter, or a report. It doesn't matter what you're writing, it's going to have those three elements. It's just the size of those elements that are going to change. So, for example, when I teach basic skills, which is the class before freshman comp, I have my students just write paragraphs, just a paragraph. So we can work on the grammar and we cannot work on the organization. But it's only paragraphs. It's not until we get into freshman comp that we write 5-paragraph essays. Now, why 5-paragraph essays? In fact, you've probably had instructors, teachers, professors who've told you 500 words or 750 words or 1,000 words. I have a theory that those teachers should be shot, but that's just, I'm not a violent person. I don't really mean shot, but they should be retaught. When you encourage, assign things by words, number of words, it makes it so that you're making quantity more important than quality. And that's not the way it should be, ever. More words is never an improvement. Fewer words always is. But we have to give some kind of an outline for assignments. So what we do is, say 5 paragraphs. And each paragraph had to be 5 to 8 sentences long. But in reality, a paragraph is as long as it takes to say what it is you want to say in that paragraph. A paragraph could be 1 sentence if you wanted to make that particular piece of information stand out. A paragraph could be 100 sentences, but chances are good you're going to lose your reader. So 5 to 8, 5 to 7 is usually a pretty good size for a paragraph anyway. Now, there are 3 body paragraphs in a 5-paragraph essay, and there's a reason for that. The number 3 is very important. Anything that you do in writing should have 3 points to it. All right? So we're going to talk about these different kinds of essays later, but a descriptive essay should use at least 3 of the 5 senses. A process essay, which describes how to do something, should have at least 3 major steps. A compare-contrast essay, and you'll compare or contrast, not both, should have at least 3 ways 2 things are different or 2 things are the same. An illustration essay is one where you prove with examples and you should have 3 examples. And a persuasion essay is where you're using logical arguments, logical reasons, and you should have 3 logical reasons. 1 proves nothing. 2 could be a coincidence. 3, now you've got it. Now you've hit it. You can prove with 3. You cannot prove with 2 or 1. So always try to have 3 points that you're making. And in a 5-paragraph essay, each one of those points would be in its own paragraph. And that's the way it should be. Now, I'm going to tell you something now that I'm pretty sure you've never been told before. In fact, you may have been told exactly the opposite, but that's wrong. When you start to write, when you've got your idea, you've got your assignment, you know what you're going to write about, do not write the introduction first. I know you want to do it in one sitting. I know you want to just sit down, whip it off, get it over with, and hand it in. Not a good idea on writing, especially since when you get out in the real world, you better put a little bit more effort into it. So what you do is you write the body paragraphs first. And then when they're done, you can make the introduction fit the body rather than the other way around. We'll talk more next time about that. Bye for now.